UFO to UAP is a breakthrough because it suggested she'd been briefed by someone and is not just being flippant. Since then, the New York Times has become a leading organ for whistleblowers on this subject. Glowing auras and black money. The Pentagon's mysterious UFO program, December 16, 2017. Wow, what is that? Navy pilots report unexplained flying objects, May 26, 2019. And sadly, on May 21, 2019, an extended obituary. Stanton T. Friedman, scientist who tracked UFOs, dies at 84. Scientist Stan truly had earned that belated honorific in the New York Times memorialization of his life. Exactly halfway between those two elections, the first in November 2008 and the second in November 2017, an extraordinary event occurred at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., the May 2013 citizen hearing on disclosure. I had the honor of serving as one of the organizers of that hearing, having recruited 5 of the 6 former members of Congress, then serving as moderator and ultimately as the 7th member of the committee to ask questions of the witnesses, after replacing another member who had been called away early on the final day. Produced by Steve Bassett, 1 senator and 5 representatives over 5 full days listened, challenged, and rigorously vetted the veracity of over 40 hours of testimony from 43 witnesses from 10 nations, each one having been sworn to tell the truth. The hearings were streamed live worldwide, simultaneously translated into Mandarin and Spanish, recorded in high definition, and covered by the New York Times in an article titled Visitors from Outer Space, Real or Not, Our Focus of Discussion in Washington. One of those 43 witnesses, Dr. Edgar Mitchell, raised near Roswell, walked on the moon. Dr. Jesse Marcel Jr. testified about how he had personally handled a portion of the Roswell debris. Another witness, Donald Schmitt, is the co-author of this book. After I administered the oath to him, Don testified regarding the Roswell whistleblowers. Distinguished Congresswomen and Congressmen, good afternoon. I personally would like to thank you for this opportunity to speak out on behalf of the many now passed through the portals of history, unable to speak for themselves. Men and women who have served this country selflessly and with honor, who were witnesses to something extraordinary, something beyond the human condition. Would any of us have any difficulty identifying materials such as rubber, wooden sticks, reflective foil, masking tape, and string? No need to raise your hands. Yet, as a continuing insult to the integrity and intelligence of the very personnel who were in charge of the atomic bomb at Roswell, officialdom, after 65 years of ridicule and defamation of eyewitnesses, insists that this elite military squadron should all raise their hands. Eyewitness pressure, along with the assistance of one of your esteemed colleagues, the late Congressman Stephen Schiff of New Mexico, has caused the Pentagon to issue 2 additional explanations for what was recovered back in 1947. The most baseless of all, time-traveling, wooden crash dummies. Newspaper cartoonists lampooned the proponents of these as the real dummies. What changed our world, and perhaps beyond, from ridicule to respect on this issue, is the impact of Don's testimony and the testimony of the other witnesses, including Stan, Dr. Marcel, Dr. Mitchell, and others. Those whistleblowers and their years of consistent courage and truth-telling. The diamond clarity of their tenacious truth focused in that moment as a hairline crack spread across a wall of deceit, distraction, and disinformation. Don and Tom have, like each whistleblower before them, paid a price for their consistent, courageous discovery of, advocation for, and amplification of the truth of these witness whistleblowers of the most profound event in human history. They too are crossing that path from ridicule to recognition, from sarcasm to serious science, from dismissiveness to the delayed demand for the disclosure our democratic republic and each of us as its citizens deserves. Every future political candidate, every elected politician, every honest public servant, and indeed every member of humanity owes them a debt of gratitude. That fact, just like the priceless truth of what happened at Roswell and the value of the book you now hold in your hands, will become only more apparent with time. Joseph G. Bookman, Ph.D., June 2019. The Roswell-Rashomon Effect.